PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world. I was fire.
What's up, guys? PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 90. We're back here. Remember, go on Spotify, YouTube, subscribe, and follow us. To start this one off for episode 90, we have Hempzer. Well, sorry, we're in the middle of the Phillies just losing right now. We're watching that live, and they're done. So back to what I was saying. Episode 90, we have a good sponsorship coming out. It is Hempzer, HempzerSeltzer.com. Okay, you can learn more at love.co. It has, we're going to have some codes that are coming out for the next episode 91, where you'll go on, you'll get 15% off for all the orders. Again, Hempzer.com. It's a 5 milligram THC seltzer. It's called a social tonic. This is the blackberry one. It's absolutely
really
delicious.
Good. Yeah.
It's light. There's no sugar in them. It's actually 0 calories, which is great for you guys who are watching your calories. Again, HempzerSeltzer.com. They're going to be our new sponsor. We'll have the pizza codes coming out next week, and it's glad that you guys going. So for those guys who don't want to drink alcohol anymore, you want a little bit of a social high, this is great for that. All right?
Good.
Local.
All right. United Pizza Nation.
Yes.
United Pizza Nation. As I always say, Instagram and Facebook. Billy Manzo, Vitanjo Rekia. Shout out to you, United Pizza Nation, along with United States Pizza Federation.
Yes.
Hand in
Good
hand.
job.
Hand in hand.
Good job.
Sign up. Great stuff on there. I didn't tell you this, Joe, but we're going to be at the Hudson Valley Pizza Fest, December 13th.
I saw it.
And we're going to be judges there. And there's going to be some Soprano members there from The Sopranos, so we'll be there. So that's the Hudson Valley Pizza Fest, December 13th. That's a Saturday from 9 to 5. Pizza Summit of Tomorrow, Orlando County Convention Center. November 11th through the 13th. Joe and I will be judges there as well. So that's a couple of events going up and running. So tonight's guests are wonderful people. So we had Lisa's brother on and Rob's cousin on, which is Mike the Mozzarella guy, which is Mike Papandrea. Unfortunately enough, he passed away about 7 months ago. And we always hold him dear to our hearts. So much so, I still have him in my phone. I do. Right here. You see? I still have him here.
Right here,
so
Antonio.
he's right here. So he's still part of the family. I always said we'll always represent him. And tonight, we got a great story. We have Lisa Papandrea here. And she's crying because of tears of joy, not tears of sadness. And her cousin Rob Papandrea, which he's got a great story. So we're going to lead into this. So, and our third guest is Mike Papandrea that's sitting next to Lisa. You don't see him, but he's here in spirit, right?
Yes, he is.
So this is an important and really a great episode for us, which is episode 90. And I'm just going to give it to you guys. And I just want you, I don't want you to spill your heart, but I just want you to talk from the heart.
Well, I mean, I told you I'd come on. Mm-hmm. You know, there's been enough time that's passed. It's almost been 7 months. Mm-hmm. You know, it's rough. My brother, Mike, was a huge presence in such a short amount of time in the Lehigh Valley. Mm-hmm. He made his presence known. Mm-hmm. And he was a great representation of the Papandrea family. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud to be part of that family. And I said to my brother at the last moment that I saw him that I would never make anybody forget about him. And you guys, you know, how much love you showed him and how much love he showed you in such a short amount of time was really unique. Yeah. And
genuine.
Yeah, he's a genuine good guy. You know, everybody's got flaws in life.
1,000,000%.
But,
All genuine people do.
right, and that's the thing.
You're supposed to.
Right. And he derives from a hardworking Calabrese Siciliana family out of New York. And, you know, my cousin Rob, having his story to tell and have it, you know, follow through the Papandrea family, it's important for me to get that out there because it makes his legacy live on,
100%.
Should be.
you know?
Yeah, should be.
You know? So, this is Rob.
Love you, Mike.
We all love Mike.
How close were you and Mike, Rob?
You know, we were all close growing up. You know, they lived a lot further than us outside the city. My family grew up in the city, but we always had a strong, tight-knit family. We used to meet upstate. We have a vacation home upstate, so we used to, you know, stop by his father's store. Mike would be working. John would be working. Sometimes she would be working. You know, we'd pick up some goods. They would come down. We'd play baseball on the field. Remember that?
Yep.
On all those days, those
I love
family
when you
days.
say goods.
Yeah.
Gotta pick up the food.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yep.
I mean,
Not to cut this off, but your dad and your dad are brothers.
Correct.
Okay.
so my dad and his dad, their 3 sisters, and their parents came here, and one brother
Yep.
on a boat in the late 60s.
Oh, they came on the boat.
Yeah.
7 brothers and sisters.
On the boat.
7.
There was 10 total.
10 total.
and
7 brothers,
and
3 sisters.
Yeah.
That was what, Joe? That was wasn't that like a month or 45 days?
No, at the time it was 15 days, and it took them 19, my dad said.
No, when
And my dad threw
when
up
my
the
da-
whole way.
When my dad came, it was like 45 days plus. Because they had to come from Sicily. They went to England, and then from England,
Yeah.
they came here. But those
Do you
ships-
remember the boat that they were on?
Yeah, it was in 1967, and Olympic.
It was the Olympia?
Yeah.
Because there was
Well, my father came on the Santa Maria, and he came on then the Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
But it
Greek
was a
line.
slow ship.
It
and
was
they-
a
you
slow
were-
ship. My
like,
dad threw
my
up, he
father-
said, the whole time.
They were in like, they were in rooms.
Right.
And find your space, and everybody was congregal.
Right.
You know, and then you would lay down, and that was your piece of your puzzle for
Right.
the whole ride. But when they came, I think 45 days it was.
What year was that?
19.
My dad was in 67, so, and
1950,
yeah.
56 possibly. I
Yeah.
have it. It's on my desk. I have the actual charter, you know,
Yeah,
with the
sure,
names on
sure.
it. And it is on my desk, but it was in 1957, 56, right around
Yeah.
there,
Sure.
you know, and it was a slow ride.
And where did they come into?
They came into the New York Harbor.
Right.
Yeah, that's where
And where
came.
did they settle?
They settled in Brooklyn.
Same with us.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
settled in Brooklyn, around the corner from. Anybody remember the original Sparrows?
My dad worked there.
Did he really?
So my dad, this is the craziest thing, because I sat down with my dad before I came here, and I said, Dad, your story is so unique. I need to understand everything. So my dad came here. He went to Shallow.
Not to interrupt. The original Sparrows was a Salomeria.
Yeah, it was a Salomeria.
It wasn't a pizza shop like people know.
Of course. That's where my
Sparrows
dad worked,
was-
the one in the corner.
A lot of
Yes.
people don't know
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people don't know that.
Nobody
No,
knows that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I went in
Yeah.
there. She served me my first chicken parmesan sandwich.
My dad was the assistant manager there at 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the
Wow.
assistant manager there at 18
They had the
years old.
glass. You could watch them
Yep.
making the mozzarella in the
Yep.
back and all. And you walked in on the right side was the line
Yep.
with the food. It was
Yeah.
it was unreal. It
They
wasn't
were
a
the-
big store.
That was the
but it was a
OGs.
great store.
Yeah, it was a great store. Yeah,
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah.
You could get. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
got chills right now.
I know.
It's
crazy.
Everybody thinks of Sparrows, they think of pizza.
Pizza, but
That's
that's
it.
not where the
No,
OGs start
it's
from.
not.
That's
No.
not it.
Believe it or not, though, my dad, his original story starts with DePalos. DePalos is in downtown New York. It's still there. The old lady, I call her La Vecchiaia, she's there. She's not with us anymore. She's the one who taught my dad how to make mozzarella.
Wow.
And that was in the 60s, and he would just sit with her and pour the hot water
What
in.
was the name of the store?
DePalos.
Di Paolo's in Little Italy?
Yeah.
On the corner?
Yeah. Yeah. That's where my dad learned how to make mozzarella.
That's right across the street from Umberto's.
Yeah.
That's across the street from Umberto's.
Yep.
I'm gasping.
Yeah. That's where he learned the OG, and, you know, from there, he kind of just
Branched out.
branched out.
I
Yeah.
need an Advil right now.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, it's opening up a side of my brain.
Yeah.
So how long did he work there for?
I wrote this stuff down today because it was so much information, and I'm kind of glad because without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to get this information.
But you know, he's
so he was
giving
like,
you this now, and now you have it.
I have it right here, and I've always said to my brothers, I have to like write this stuff down because my dad worked with such a epic OGs. Like,
Yeah.
he came here at you know whatever age with my uncles and my grandparents. He went to Shallow.
You went to Shallow?
He went to Shallow for a few years, and hold on.
I don't think that phone thing is working.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
Scared the shit out of me.
That's Michael though. He's saying,
Yeah, yeah.
"Screw you, Lee. Keep on
Yeah,
talking
that's
about me."
Michael.
So he went to Shallow, and he said the first thing he learned when he went to Shallow was like how to make business cards. So he made a business card at 12 years old, and then he went down the street to a local like store, and he handed the guy his business card, and he goes, "If you ever need me to work, I need to work. I need to make money for my family." And the guy called him 2 years later, and he started working at this place at 14, 15 years old. Like a little Italian market, and then from there they shipped him to Palos, and then he worked at the original Spados, and then he became assistant manager of Spados at 18.
How long was he there for?
2.5, 3 years, he said. So by King's Plaza, the one by King's
King's
Plaza.
Plaza.
Yeah, yeah. And then after that, he left and he opened his own pork store, P&I pork store.
So your father worked for Sbarro's, the mother.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He worked for the mother.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where he learned the
Because
majority
that's
of
who
the
really
stuff.
started it.
That's who, yeah.
Yeah, but she
Listen,
never-
a lot
she
of
never
women
had a-
started the original stuff.
No, I'm not.
You know, though, she never had the uniform. She put the
No.
jacket on like they. Remember when you years
What
ago?
do you think my dad wore? He wore the
Like
white
a
jacket.
butcher jacket.
Butcher jacket.
Yeah,
That's what we all
but
wore.
She would have like a dress on
Yeah.
underneath it and stuff. I was amazed. By
It
that.
wasn't called a butcher. It was called a butch.
Butch. Oh, Butch.
Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then from there, that
Hey, you
kind
know
of
what the
launched
funny
him.
part about all that is? The the butcher jacket is you worked in a meat market. There's blood everywhere. But
That's
those
right.
jackets were snow white.
Yes, they were. Yeah. Yeah, you don't
Not a
mess around.
speck of blood
Not
on
a
it.
speck.
No,
Actually, the men would wear ties.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Good old Salomeria.
Yeah. That's the old school style. Not today's butcher. What butchers? Well, I mean, they're like, you can't find one if you paid. But
No, they're all disseminating, unfortunately,
No.
all around the
Yeah.
boroughs. It's so sad.
you know,
My father
a
calls them once a week.
macelleria, which is a butcher shop in Italian, which was here too, is when you went there, it was the husband, the wife, and the kids would be there too. But the husband and the wife did mostly of everything, but the husband would get the meat, put it on the butcher block
Right.
in front of people, and he with a tie on, long sleeve shirts, and the shirt. Actually, they wouldn't even be rolled. They would be like that and just
Right.
cut away and
Right.
talk.
Right.
And
when you
we
would
have
go in, they would
central
ask you
air.
if you wanted coffee too.
They had the air conditioner over the door.
Yeah. So think about it. You would go to a butcher, and you would say, "Oh, this." You start talking about that. You would be there for a half hour, 40 minutes, because they would
Yeah.
give you coffee.
Right.
They would talk about family,
Yeah.
this and that.
Absolutely.
And you would get a little bit of meat. Then you turn around to the shelves. You get some olive oil. You
oil,
get this.
yeah.
You bread and
Yeah.
this. And by the time everything is done, at the time, that was money.
Right.
And that's where you went. Your neighborhood.
Well, you're promoting your product at the same time.
Correct.
And so in the end game, my dad, the majority of his career, I would say, was in the Hudson Valley, believe it or not, Middletown, New York, where he had Famous Delilicious, which was the second Famous Delilicious. The original one was in Prospect Park, Brooklyn, Park Slope area.
Oh, it wasn't Park Slope.
Yeah, Prospect Park, Park Slope area. So he opened Famous Delilicious in Middletown, New York. 32 years. We closed December 2020. Labor of love, I got to tell you. COVID picked. We were a very, very much established business. People will come from around the world, and I mean around the world. I mean, there are people. We have German customers that still get my father's product around the States. We have customers in Montana, California, Washington State.
Your father
truly-
still sells what, though?
So our family has olive oil in Calabria, Geosa Ionica. And so he imports olive oil, and he makes his own reduced balsamic vinegar, which if you ever went to my brother Mike's party, and I want to reel this back into Michael did a very good job in promoting the balsamic vinegar and the olive oil
that we're just fortunate to have, grown and grown these olives in Calabria, on our family's land.
Right.
So it's been harder to promote the product. We're a small business. I'm kind of just doing it on a sidebar for my parents. But the olive oil is cold pressed. It's delicious. I mean, we have repeat customers for many years, and my dad's reduced balsamic vinegar is delicious too. I mean, we have repeat customers, but we're a small mom and pop like we've always been. And, and that's what it comes down to, small mom and pop.
Yeah.
That's what it comes
Honestly, though, your father's store was unbelievable. And if this store was probably in the city,
Yeah,
I
it's the
think
same thing.
it would be world renowned. Like, it was impeccable. It was clean. It was always stocked.
It was filled, right?
It was filled.
Filled.
Not like today. You
Not
walk into
today.
play.
What
There's
were we
nothing
talking
on the
about with
shelves.
Yeah. I'm not knocking anybody here.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you walk into these stores now,
They're empty.
there's fucking nothing
There's
there.
nothing
Yeah.
there. No.
Yeah.
If one thing got sold, my brother John, my brother Mike's
Yes,
twin
they're
brother,
filling it.
he was like placing the next one in, and it was daily.
Yeah.
You go to these stores, there's nothing.
Sometimes I don't want to buy the sausage. It's all by itself. I'm like, how long is that sitting there?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you go to her father's
right.
store, it was packed. You could just see there was a turnover of goods.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I'd go there. We'd walk in the back. Our father would be over there making the sausages on the sausage machine fresh. It was unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world now.
Yeah, it is a whole different world. But
really is.
we're very grateful to have grown up with, good Italian food, and there's nothing left of our generation,
But
really.
back in the day, though, time moves slower.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah.
where you know how you guys say, "Oh, they gave you coffee." You talk for 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
And that the people they came. That was the 45 minutes they planned out of their day every week.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, where we try to get in and out of the store in 45 seconds.
That was their doom scrolling. Right?
Yes,
They
you
were
know.
going there to have their entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things like you try to get what's that thing I want to do every week for
Right.
45 minutes. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because everyone's life is fast paced now.
Yeah.
It's no more, okay, let me just relax and do this. Let's go hang out and talk.
My father
You
told
know?
me that today. He goes, you guys need to slow down. You're looking at your phones too much.
Yeah.
You need to have conversations with people. That's how you learn and that's how you grow. I think the problem with today's generation, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I got a 12-year-old son. I know this generation, but they don't soak it in. They don't soak in what our heritage is, and it gets to the point where you're kind of like, oh my God, be present. And I'm a victim. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself.
Yeah.
But when I look back now and I'm like, damn, how Rob and I grew up. Our parents took us upstate to Grand Gorge, New York. And we had a trailer up there, and my God, like we grew up in.
I think we all wanted to Great Gorge.
I swear to God, it was
was
our
the place to
our
be.
hiding spot.
Didn't they have the Monster Wax Museum or something there?
I don't know.
I don't remember that, no.
No, we went through Walton, New York, like to
Walton?
get there. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Great Gorge. You would go to the area.
There's Grand Gorge and there's Great Gorge.
Oh,
So there's two
Grand
different
Gorge.
gorges.
Yeah, Grand Gorge.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about, but that's not where we were. We had this like.
I remember
I
we
know
went to
somebody
Wax
that
Museum.
has-
I was like, no, I don't want to go.
I know somebody that has land near Walton, Trout Creek.
Oh yeah, Chalk Creek. That's very famous up there.
Yeah,
I know
on
somebody
a
too.
road that's called Windfall Road.
Windfall. Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Years
I
this person.
I think you know the same person I know. You might.
Who is this person?
We are not going there. Yeah, we are not going there. But anyway. To reel it in back to Michael. So I think Michael obviously had a good teacher, right?
Your dad.
Yeah.
Now, your mom was in the business as well?
So my mom is Siciliana, right? She came here
where?
from Agrigento, Bortembedocle.
Okay.
Right?
Argento's a beautiful city.
Agrigento is beautiful, yeah.
But Lisa, I got to ask this question before you move on. In your household.
Yes.
So Calabrese is almost kind of like as a mixture of like Napolitano and Sicilian mix. Like I always said, if a Napolitano guy and a Sicilian woman had a baby, they would be Calabrese, right?
When you're talking about dialect,
Dialect. So what did you speak in the household?
so that's a great question. When I was with my mother's family, it was Siciliana, rasuta, sotto,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then when I was with my dad's family, we assimilated more like Americano. Like I would say yoko,
Yoko, yeah.
yoko, yane, like things like that. Like we just didn't
Pipe,
say the word
pipe.
beep, things like that. I was the best of both worlds. I mean, Southern Italians were basically Arabs, to be honest with you. We come from a lot of different areas of the world,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And a
Got
lot of people.
Viking in there too.
Yeah, we do. And a lot of people don't know.
My
like-
grandfather was white, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yep.
Was he really?
And they always wonder why I'm this. And
Yeah.
like, I got a grandfather.
Was
My
your
cousin-
grandfather tall as well? Or no?
No,
No.
my grandfather was like 5. He was like 5'4". My grandmother was like 5'10".
That's crazy.
No way.
Yeah, she was taller than
Wow.
me. And I was their pride and joy.
Yeah.
I was their pride and joy. Like,
Good for you.
you know, because when I was born, I mean, I was born.
You got blue eyes.
I was born 6 months, I think, 7 months. So I was a premature
Preemie,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like they had taken me out. They said I was going to die,
Wow.
and I survived. I'm here to this day.
Wow.
And my grandmother says, in Italian, she says, "How is this ever going to grow to be a man?" Because she wanted the first boy of the
course.
family.
Yeah.
And my mother started to cry and this, and you know, my father, and they told me the story, and now I'm the patriarch of the Ruffino family. I
Right.
mean, you know, my
And you're
uncle-
proud of it, right?
Hell yeah, because I know I started out.
Right.
My Josephine Ruffino, Menino.
Yeah.
Her middle name was Menino. She says,
maiden
"This
name,
gonna
yeah.
her
Maiden name,
yes." Look, she looks down at me every day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know,
It's pretty-
I became some. I'm the only 6'5" man in the whole family.
God bless. I mean,
Well, your
I'm
mom's tall,
barely
Joe.
reaching 5'2".
No, my mother's 5'9". My father was 5'11".
Okay, yeah.
All right, you're supposed to grow like, you know, a few inches taller than
Right.
I went to 6'5".
Good for you.
A lot of milk.
So that's what the
amazing.
preemie was.
Sorry, Robbie. Yeah.
A lot of milk.
I
Yeah.
became the man she said, "Will you become the?" Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And that's heritage. Like,
Yeah, of
I
course.
wouldn't speak. I don't speak about it much because most people they're not interested. But that was one of the things I grew up. My father always reminded me of that. Remember that how you were born, this
Right.
and that. And oddly enough, I'll never forget when my son was born. I had to decide on him and my wife because it was an emergency C-section.
Right.
And look at the man he's grown up to be. Like,
Nice.
you know, I'm so proud of him. You
Right.
know, when I say that, it's like he's fulfilled the footsteps and he does it every day. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Like, I'm grateful for that heritage.
Right.
You know, it's an
Right.
important thing.
Right.
You know,
And I think that's what Michael brought to the table with when it comes to, you know, continuing the family business. I remember growing up, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like my brothers and I would go to the deli for as long as I was born. Like I was in '88, I was 10 years old. Every Christmas we were there. Every Christmas leading up to Christmas Eve, we had, you know, a line out the door. They grabbed the numbers from the little red
Right.
dispenser, you know, as you walked in.
yeah.
Around the clock, making fresh mozzarella, you know, fresh everything, calamari, everything to go, fresh. And I was there. Michael was there. There's actually a picture that he posts on his, you know, on his Instagram and TikTok, and it's him standing next to my father. I think he was like 12 years old, and he's making mozzarella with my dad. And we did that up until 2020. And, you know, 2020 was our last Christmas. You know, we closed 5 days before Christmas Eve. That was, I mean,
It had to be hard.
it was the turnout. I can't even, when I think about it, I
Oh,
just
so you
cry.
guys announced that you were closing.
Yeah, actually, I wrote something, and we announced it, and then the local newspaper, and actually the Post, they picked it up, and they said, you know, long-time 30-plus business in Middletown, New York, closing.
Oh,
And
you
it
were
was-
in Middletown.
Yeah, Middletown.
Upstate.
Upstate, yeah, it was like over the Port Jervis border.
Yeah, I know
so,
exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Right by Monticello.
That's a Hudson Valley.
It's south, yeah, Hudson Valley.
Yeah, Hudson
yeah.
Valley, that is.
Yeah, that's where we were. That's why I said, we're, Hudson
Where in
Valley.
Middletown were you?
Off of Dawson Avenue. So if you take Route 84 off of you know, Port Jervis.
Yeah, so I'm coming up from Port Jervis. That road, I forget how, I go through Monticello,
Right.
go up that way, then I veer left, and I go to Middletown.
Yes. Yeah, that's 84.
Monticello's
17.
rich up there.
17.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where Dawson
17
Avenue.
A or something like that.
Monticello's
Yeah.
a very rich area.
Hasidic Jews, Joe.
Well, I didn't want to.
Hasidic Jews.
All right.
Listen, they
Hey,
go up.
next
They
thing.
go up there in the next. They go over. They go up in the summertime. Yeah. So it's you know, it's a wide variety of people, but my dad's business flourished there. You know, he and my uncle Don.
Beautiful area.
No, it is, and that's why
It is.
you know.
It's a beautiful area.
It
Yeah.
is.
You have Bear Mountain up that way too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, is that the next exit? Or
No, it's before. So I went to high school in Monroe Woodbury, and we were like right on the bottom of Bear Mountain,
Right,
Upper
right.
West Point, where the Woodbury Common Factory outlets. My high school was Monroe Woodbury, and then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
lived in Chester, New York, and
Yeah.
then my dad's business was in Middletown.
they don't call it the Tappan Zee though anymore, do they?
No, they call them Mario Cuomo.
Tappan Zee sounds better.
We're not going there.
Well, you got there too. Hawks. Is it Hawks Nest or Hawks? It's where they film BMW commercials. What the hell is it called? Hawk something. It's right above Port Jervis.
Right.
Forget that road. Like you want to go to Monticello. I forget what it's the whole road.
17K?
No, it's actually a road called Hawk something.
I don't know.
When
You lost me
you're
there.
going 287, and then you got to go to
All the way up,
Tappan
Joe.
Zee.
The thruway.
Yeah,
You
the
take
thruway.
the
Wait,
thruway
what's that-
and
what's
then
that
you take
road
the
called
thruway
again?
north.
No, but what's the number? It's the Tappan Zee or
No, but you taking the Tappan Zee when you're going towards Westchester.
right? But
We're
to get to
taking.
Monticello,
You're gonna
that
take
highway though.
the 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
you
through
take
my brain
17.
because
Yeah.
my son lived up in Boston. I drove that for 5.5 years.
Forget
6
it. But you
years.
also had to hit 84 if you're going to Boston.
Right.
Oh, 84 to Brewster?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the opposite direction of Brewster.
Oh, you went 6.
No, we never went 84. We would go Tappan Zee.
657.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you would take.
Tappan
Yeah,
Zee.
so you
know
were on
where-
the east side.
You know where White Plains
657?
is?
Of course.
Yeah, so you take White Plains, you take
Right.
64, you take the Brewster, we
Right.
cut across.
Right.
You went that
84.
way?
And then we would
yeah,
take-
cut
Yeah.
across
We
the-
Yep.
take 84 on Danbury.
Right.
Danbury.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd say
And
it's-
then we
Yeah.
would take
Go through the whole
Danbury
Yeah.
straight up to Mass Pike.
We just took that going to the Red Sox Boston game in
Yeah, it's the
June.
worst fucking
Yeah,
drive.
It was nasty.
I've done
7
it though.
hours.
I've left Boston after an exam. I left at 6:30 at night. I got home at 10:15. No,
like-
excuse me, 11:45. It took
like an accident
No,
every 5 minutes.
10:45. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It took me 4 hours and 15 minutes to get home.
You flew?
I fucking flew, bro. I was done. Last final. It was 6:30 at night. I'm going to 2nd Street to hang out. They were all waiting for me, waiting for me. I was like, I'm coming
Sitting
home
in the city
for
on the street.
fucking summer
On milk
break.
boxes.
I'm coming.
I'm
Love
fucking
it.
coming. I flew for it. I got there at 10:45. They were out front with cases of beers waiting for me.
Where was this?
Well, I went to
We
school
lived
in
in
Boston, but
Allentown
we lived
for
in
a period of
Allentown on
time.
2nd
Gotcha.
Street.
My wife's Syrian.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know
So
that,
another group of people
Right.
with great heritage.
Yep.
You know,
And great faith, too, yeah.
Yep.
That's why.
So I have a lot
combine
of
so well.
cousins and friends. So they were all.
Sure.
But that drive, man, I used to do that religiously for 5 years.
That's awesome.
It's speaking on a drive. I remember one time, back then he had a game, and I drove up, and my wife couldn't go, so I was working for Roma at the time. So I actually left Roma from there, drove up. We had an all-in meeting, and I drove from there, got up to the game. It took me that day. It was like 6.5 hours.
Oh, my
to drive.
God.
It was.
Oh
and
my God, on a Friday?
I got to the game.
No.
So get there. They're just getting ready to kick off. I get in. What's his name? Will's parents are saving seats for me. So, because I was big, I needed 2 seats. So we get in there. Afterwards, we go back to his dorm and we just start hanging out. And then we start drinking.
Right.
We start drinking. I'm like, oh, I got to stop right now. They used to love because I was so big with the Busch Lights. I could do
Sure.
a 6-pack at a time.
Right.
So we do that. And
You're
next
short
thing you
Italian
know- Yeah, short Italian guy. So it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, son, I'm not staying tonight. I'm going home.
Right.
You drove back?
I drove back. I remember thinking back in those days, 84 would take me straight across the Hudson Valley.
Yep.
I would get to 287
Yep.
where it's Orange County.
Right. That's my hood.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
I'd get on 287, and there was one place I could get coffee that was only open 24 hours during that time, from Massachusetts to New York and New Jersey.
Wow.
McDonald's off of 287 at the drive, not the drive-in, with the toll things that they
Yeah.
have with the food.
Yes, I know exactly what you're
I
talking
got
about.
off, got 2 coffees,
Yeah.
and I was like, took another little break. I was like, gotta get home. I pulled in the 2nd Street. It was like freaking 6:45 in the
Oh,
morning.
my God.
Sun's up. My eyes are like, I'm like,
Shot.
I mean, I went to Roma. I got up 4 o'clock in the morning, drove down, was there by like 5:36. I'm 24 hours in there. And I did it. I was like, walked in. She's like, are you okay? I was like,
No.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going
I
to sleep.
said.
Yep. I got
And
it.
I had the car. I walked in with the last McDonald's coffee
Oh
cup.
my
I was like,
God. I feel like we all have those stories, right?
oh my
Yeah,
God.
we
We
do.
all have those stories.
Craving pizza that's made with passion and packed with flavor? Biagio's Pizzeria, located at 1526 North Cedar Crest Boulevard in Allentown, Pennsylvania, serves up the best in authentic Italian-style pizza and classic dishes. From perfectly crisp crust to fresh, flavorful toppings, every bite is made with love. Whether you're dining in, grabbing takeout, or ordering for the family, Biagio's is the place to satisfy your cravings. Stop by today and experience pizza the way it's meant to be. Tell them that the PizzaFellas Podcast said so. Experience the pure, rich flavor of Gemma olive oil, crafted from the finest olives and first cold pressed for exceptional quality. Perfect for drizzling, dipping, or cooking. Gemma brings a touch of the Mediterranean magic to every meal. With a smooth, fresh taste, this premium olive oil is a must-have in your kitchen. Elevate your dishes with Gemma olive oil, where quality meets tradition. So your mom worked with you guys as well, obviously.
She didn't start working. She had her own business called Bridal Coach. So my dad imported Italian furniture, and we did bomboniere. You know,
Oh, yeah,
bomboniere.
sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we were doing those things. We had a separate business
Or
called
wedding
Bridal
gifts.
Coach. Wedding gifts.
Yeah.
So like the
Yeah,
gifts
no,
that you would give a bomboniere at the end of the night. Hey, thank you for giving me $10,000.
Capo di Monte, things like
Capo di
that.
Monte. We love Capo di Monte.
Oh.
Who doesn't have a Capo di Monte in their house?
Oh.
So we did all that, Italian furniture. We had my mom's business. And then it wasn't until the last, I think, 5 or 6 years of my dad's business that my mom started to work at the store just to help out because it became too much. My uncle was working there, but due to medical reasons, he left. And it was just my dad and then my brother John and my brother Mike. And I, when I could, I was, married and living in New Jersey and working in sports television at the time. I couldn't come.
So
but
who did you work for?
I
I know who you work for, but you got to tell them.
I started with HBO, and then from
In sports television?
No, I started working for HBO as the assistant to the VP of Media Relations. And
Wow, this is a whole
No,
nother
watch
swing.
this, watch this, watch. She's not even done. Watch who she worked for.
Here we go.
so I do have to choose my words wisely here. So I am
know
going
you
to
do.
choose my words wisely. But I worked for The Sopranos and the Sex and the City show for a brief amount of time.
It's not over yet. Awesome.
And I was very fortunate. These people are still in my life today. This woman who I worked for, she's since retired from HBO, but she's very well known. And I'm very, very grateful of the experiences I had with her. I met the entire cast of The Sopranos, built relationships with them. Very, very fortunate. I don't think today they would be like, unless Jimmy was alive, I'm sure he would remember me. But
Jimmy's
again,
Tony Soprano, if you guys don't know.
I'm just very lucky, and I think I can accredit that to my dad's personality, to be honest with you, because he threw us out there, hardworking, and we were. And I think when I started working for HBO and I was thrusted into this crazy New York City set of The Sopranos and for the short amount of time that I was there, I had to carry myself, and I knew how to carry myself. And those guys were like pretty impressed that this is, 21-year-old girl from New York who's first generation American, I knew what I was watching when I was watching that show. I'm not stupid, but I was later in David Chase's world of The Sopranos, so. I was just very lucky, and then from there I moved on to sports television. So I worked
And
for.
who'd you work for there?
This is not about me.
No, it is. It is about you.
No, it's
It's
a
about-
conversation about your family.
No, it is.
About
Go ahead. Who'd you
how,
work for?
The threshold of what you were brought up with.
Right.
Who'd you
right.
work for?
And that speaks of Michael.
It does. It does
right, so
because
that's-
Michael and I were a lot alike in many ways.
Right.
And so,
Yeah.
and he was very successful at what he does. So
Yeah.
all you're doing is building on that. You're building blocks on it.
No, and you have to remember one thing, and I'm gonna say this, and then we should probably move on. But my dad worked so hard, and I was the only one in my family who had a college degree. And my father wasn't at my.
Congratulations to that.
Thank you. My dad wasn't at my graduation though, because
I know,
my dad was at the store, and
I get it. I
and that was
understand.
rough for me.
You missed a lot of things.
He missed a lot of things.
I missed a lot of things.
And I think we should reel this in a little bit and say what my dad struggles with the most now in losing Michael is realizing he wasn't there for a lot of the things that my brothers and I accomplished in our lives. And if there's one thing I can really express to you is be present with your kids. I won't ever take away anything from my dad. My dad worked hard, and he really propelled us to be who we are today. I don't fault him for it. I've had my peace with it. But without him, I wouldn't have the stories that I have today, because I am him. He is a charismatic salesman who genuinely cared and cares about his customers who still reach out to him today. Some fly from across the country and stay at his house because of the relationships he built with them. And it's a testament to the relationships I still have with the people that I've worked with in my past. So with that being said,
Lisa, can I say something?
Sure.
So on behalf of so many people that have been on here, and being one of the men that have worked 10, 11 years of his life 7 days a week and have missed things, what I've come to learn doing this podcast and talking with others is your father and men like myself who have missed things in our lives. It's not that we chose to miss them, it's to teach. And this may sound crazy.
Yep.
It's a discipline to realize what I have to do is so you can do what you're going to do.
Sure.
And it's not, a lot of times as the person that we're missing, or things I miss with my son or my daughter, my youngest son.
Sure.
I missed his graduation. At those times, it's, the family has to survive.
Yeah.
And, you talk with your spouse, you don't talk with your children, and your spouse will say to your kids, Daddy has to do this.
Right.
It's not a lack of love. After you start to learn, as I've learned doing this podcast, you realize how foolish you were. But it's not foolish in a way.
No, it's not.
It's emboldened him.
Right.
It's emboldened you to do what you work on a set.
Right.
And people, that's why you have the power of your thought. I wasn't choosing to do it to hurt anyone in my family.
Right.
I mean, tomorrow night, we're missing a family event because me and my son can't be there.
Sacrifices you make.
My youngest son has to go. My wife is going to go.
Right.
We're going to do what we have to do.
Right.
But we have to represent. Now you have text. Back in those days, you couldn't just text somebody and say, congratulations, I'm so proud of your family.
Right.
Now we can.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in a different time. But I have to say, it's like there was a time I thought the same thing. I'm not trying to stray off anything because, Michael, we love you. So let's remember the show's about Michael.
I know.
But Michael went through this too.
Yeah, he was part of it, right?
He was part of this. So I can remember it was senior year. It was the senior day. And my father looked at me and says, I don't leave the shop on Friday. And I looked at him and I was like, no, man, I was like, Pop, that's okay. I walked out of the store. I went.
I know. I get it.
I went to kiss him. Just let him know I'm playing senior day. And he said, I can't go. It's Friday night. I don't leave the shop. And he said it in a very broken accent. And you would line up back then on the center line there. And they're saying the names. And I'm, Ruffino, you're at the end of the line. And all of a sudden they're getting to me. And from a distance I hear, hold on, hold on. And I'm like, that's my dad's voice, I'm thinking. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, and Joseph Ruffino, wait, that was you. And I'm like, I see him. My father wore shoes. He never wore sneakers in those days. At the end of his life, he wore sneakers. He wore Italian shoes.
Sure.
He's coming, running, and I'm like, comes on the field at J. Bernie Crum Stadium, and he was there for my senior day.
Wow.
Right.
And I was
amazing.
I was like, oh my, that was the only time. And it was like,
And
to me, it's so
it looks like you never
satisfying.
forgot that moment,
Yeah.
right?
No, I was just about to say
because,
that.
Listen to me. We're talking about this, and I don't know if I told this story to my son or to my family ever, but, when that was a moment in my life.
Sure.
And then after that, though, when I wrestled, he made my senior day wrestling
See?
smoking. Because
Yeah.
back then in Central Catholic and Rocky Hall, you could smoke.
Yeah.
And he was
And he
smoking.
just showed up with the cigarette in hand.
And
He was
I
like, how are
fought,
you doing?
I wrestled a guy. I think I lost 3-2 or something it was. And I can remember he's yelling, smoking a cigarette. Joseph! And I remember Mr. Hodrick, God rest his soul, he's like, somehow he sat next to the principal.
Wow.
And he's like looking at him yelling, because he was yelling with all Sicilian heart.
Right.
But those were the two things in my life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, to explain that to, you know, our Italian families and so many people that have been on the podcast, I mean, it's not about wanting to miss, it's about the responsibility to our families to make sure the meal's on the table the next day.
That's right.
It's my sacrifice for the family.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've done it. I did it for years. And that's when, you know, it was like, and I think about those moments. So, you know, and Michael, he wouldn't have been the man he was
Right.
doing the things he did,
Right.
being flown all over the United States.
I mean,
Doing,
seriously.
think about that. Like,
Yeah.
he got that from the fortitude, from the discipline.
He did.
That was given to him from your
Did.
parents.
He did.
And, you
He
know,
did.
we need little times to, these conversations, this is how we depict it.
Right.
You know, sometimes we want to, why did we get the belt? Why did we get a kick?
Why
Why
did
did
we
we
get
get the smack?
Well-
Why did we sit in a car and get smacked over
Oh,
the...
forget it. Forget it. My
Shut
dad had
up!
a bat.
Shut up!
My dad had a bat
Yeah.
in the back seat.
Sit in the seat, quiet!
Shut up. I got to tell you a story really quick. One time, I was driving home with my father. I must have been like 13 years old. I was sitting in the front seat, and there was a guy tailgating my father, right? I swear to God, my father freaking slammed on the brakes, and we're in the middle of, like, Orange County, New York. So it's like here, like you're driving on the road. He put the car in park. He looked at me, goes, stay in your seat. He took a bat. I swear to God, he got out of the car. He got out of the car. He went to the guy. He goes, get away from car.
You could curse.
Oh, I can?
Absolutely.
My son's here.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't cursed in front of my son. Anyway.
You definitely have.
And I'll never forget, like, I thought that that bat was just to threaten us, but really it wasn't. It wasn't the wooden spoon. It was like, mess with me, you know?
Right, right.
Mess with me. I'm driving home from, like, you know, working a 18-hour day. Go
Right,
ahead,
right.
tailgate me. Let me fuck around and find out. But look, my dad wasn't like that, and he's still not like that till today. And I was talking to my cousins recently. My grandfather was a hard man, you know, my dad's dad. We didn't really know much. Rob and I were a little younger when he passed away. I just remember grumpy old Calabrese man sitting in a chair, smoking cigarettes.
Watching Italian soccer.
Yeah, he watched Italian soccer in Bensonhurst. You know, my whole family's from Bensonhurst, Sheepshead Bay, Dyker Heights. So, look, we have lots of stories, and I think our generation's the last of the kind. You know, and it's only to us that we can just pass this along to my son, who's dying to speak right now, I'm sure, because my son is so close with my brother Mike. But look, my brother Mike and my brother John and myself, if it wasn't for my dad and my mom, who, God bless her, Melina, I knew you had a last guest whose mom was named Melina, and I was like, holy cow, Melina, that's my mom, Carmela, which is Carmelina, Melina. They're saints. Our moms are saints for dealing with
So your mom's name is Carmelina.
Carmela.
Carmela.
Yeah.
Your mom's name is Carmela, and my mom's name is Carmela.
Get out. Woohoo.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, and the Sopranos.
Everybody's Italian here.
No, his mom is Leonora. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
So look, and you know, a lot of people who know Michael in this area, you know, and to this day, like I run his social media, so I get these messages at all random times of the night from people who have met him briefly or have been friends with him for, you know, since we were in elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss him so much tonight. I don't know why he's on my mind, and they feel the need to message him, but they're really messaging me.
You.
Did you always run the social media?
I do. Not Facebook, but I do run his Mozzarella di Michael and his private Michael.
Well, that's now. Prior, you didn't run it, did you?
No. Prior, I did not. It was
So
all him.
You took it over after he...
Yes, I did.
God rest his soul?
Yeah.
Okay. Because in the beginning, when that first happened, it kind of blew me off. I was like, wow, what the hell's going on here? And then
Yeah.
I realized, no, somebody from the family.
Yeah.
And then,
No,
you know, it was so stunning to me. But I mean, actually, not in a bad way.
Right.
You know, you almost wanted to hear from somebody, and then it just popped up on my phone, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
No, I get a lot of feedback and a lot of people saying, you know, thank you. Thank you for keeping his spirit alive. Which
Yeah.
I told him, I promised him in our last moments, like I said together, that I won't let anybody forget about him.
And my mom uttered those sentiments at his funeral. Like, his funeral was incredible. It was incredible.
It was amazing.
The amount of people that came from so far away, from all different states, who flew in. You know, look, everybody's important in this world. Everybody loses somebody who's important to them.
That was a true honor.
He was
a true honor.
He was. Thank you.
That was a true honor.
I appreciate that.
The amount of people. It was. I was so set back and in a infatuating way. I can't explain it to you. It was it emotionally was a great experience.
He touched a lot of people, and he was friends with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you know, for those who don't know, Michael was gay. You know, and I think.
Well, to laugh real quick on a funny note, our best story with him every time I saw
he told
him
me this.
on the podcast, Rob, first time he's here. I'm like, so, Mike, you got a wife and kids? He looked at me and he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, you think I have a wife and kids? He goes, I'm a gay conservative. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, okay. I thought so, but I didn't want to ask.
And let me just tell you about that. My family didn't grow up in politics at all. All right. It wasn't until I married my husband, who's.
Well, I'm telling you, Mike was involved.
He was involved because of us.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't until we started to teach him the difference between liberalism and conservatism, what that was.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I mean, if I'm being truthfully honest, I'm married to a Bronx Jewish guy. You don't really hear much, and you know, I don't want to get too political here, of Jews being very conservative. They're typically very liberal.
Right.
But
It makes no sense in my mind.
it's crazy, right? And in today's world, it's like, oh my God, what do you...
outside of their home country,
Right,
the largest community of them is in New York.
right. And they're all liberals.
It doesn't make sense.
And what you'd think with all the fucking money they make, they'd love capitalism.
Listen,
They're waiting for Jesus Christ to come
that's
back.
that's a whole nother podcast.
No, I know.
That's a whole nother
Anyways,
podcast.
but that was funny when I
Yeah.
asked him that.
No,
and every time he saw me, he goes.
It was insane, and I think it's like once or twice we sat him down and we're like, bro, here's the deal. You work hard. Where do you want your money to go? Like, it's very simple. It's black and white. Like, you're gonna give things away to people that don't deserve it, or you're gonna work hard. Like, Daddy worked hard all of his life.
Right.
He paid taxes. All right. He came here the correct way. You want these animali to come here? I mean, look, we can go on forever.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast, and I don't want to get into it. My point is, my brother, and for the longest time, my brother wore a shirt, you know, gay, male, and conservative. How else can I piss you off today? And you know, and it's a picture that I had on my like profile pic for the longest time. He used to like message me in the middle of the night, be like, "Yo, I'm fighting with somebody on Facebook right now, and they're saying this." And I'm like, "Okay, just say this." He goes, "I said that," and they shut up. And I'm like, because they have no rebuttal. Because they don't have a rebuttal. And I say this loosely because I do have a lot of liberal friends. And again, without getting too sidetracked, it's part of what my brother was in the last few years of his life. He really embraced conservatism and the understanding of what it was as a gay man. And there's not a lot out there. And, you know, Conservative Anthony, he went down to his, you know, house. And Conservative Anthony spends a lot of time with our current administration, knows President Trump personally. How many people can you say have that opportunity to go down and be exposed by that?
What your brother did better than a lot of people do is when you have a strong social media, presence.
Right.
Okay, like Rob, you have one. You know, other people do. We do on different businesses and stuff. You have to, even though you have that strong belief about, like you said, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm conservative, blah blah blah. You still have to cater to everybody.
And he did. Yep.
Which he understood better than a lot of social media influencers.
It also goes back to what you were saying about fathers sacrificing and missing things. It goes back to those values that were instilled in him.
Right.
Watching our
parents. You don't burn your
parents,
bridges. You don't burn your bridges, and you don't judge. That same person is going to come into your store regardless what they believe in and spend money at your establishment, and you would treat them with the same respect that you would treat anybody else.
Joe Biden's going to pay the same price as President Trump. I bet you he's going to show Joe Biden how to make mozzarella.
And it even goes beyond that because when you're meeting somebody face out, you're not knowing who they
we're taught respect.
Right, we're taught respect.
We're unfortunately, there are some individuals that, you know, they have their certain beliefs. they don't understand this respect we're talking
Right.
about. Doesn't matter what you're liking, I'll still respect you.
Right.
You know, God bless you.
Right.
That's it. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
And let's not even talk about it.
You agree.
I don't need to go there.
You agree to disagree. And,
Yes.
and that's
Lisa, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's, I think there was a period of time for people like ourselves that maybe we were a little bit more assertive. And we've come to the point now where we would really love to see just harmony like Michael brought.
Yeah.
You know, he really did. He could bring all the congregation together.
Totally.
You know, he could just put food on the table. Let's make some mozzarella.
Right.
He could be around women, men, who was ever at the party.
Yeah.
They flew him into, if they're bringing them to California, Florida, wherever. But that's a great feat. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah. I agree.
You're right.
I agree.
You know, and that's something to learn from a man who, God bless his soul. I mean, he knew what he was doing, and he took his family, what his father taught him, his family taught him, and he brought it to a great horizon.
He did, and I'm very lucky to have had him here in the Lehigh Valley for the last few years that I've had him here. But, I mean, and that's where my cousin ties in here, because continuing in the Papandrea, heritage of food and great things, my cousin has his own story to tell, and prior to Michael passing away, he and Rob, were having conversations about collaborations. Hey, man,
Daily.
let's do this. Yeah, daily. Rob, he has his own story to tell, and I think it's a great story.
And we do that at the break. So
Yeah.
we'll go on break and we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll
no
go
problem.
on break. We'll have some food, and we'll come back.
He looks like Inspector Clouseau.
There he is.
Yanni. Hi.
We'll
I
talk
didn't
about
even see
you,
you.
and then we'll bring her son on, and we'll finish up with that.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll be back shortly. Thanks.
Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizza Fellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
All right, guys, we are back. PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 90. We had some delicious food from Pat's Pizza. Yanni, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Pizza,
Thank you.
best
Thank
one.
you.
Oh, that was the meatballs are delicious. The chicken, that was awesome.
Oh, my
Again,
God.
shout out to
So
Pat's
the-
Pizza in Bethlehem. Yanni, awesome job.
Yanni, what's it called? Sophia Loren? The Sophia Loren? Unbelievable.
There's pizzas,
She's
there's
hot.
meatballs.
Pizzas, yeah.
She was the real deal.
Yeah, she was.
She was the real deal. And look, a shout out to Pat's Bistro and Yanni.
Sophia Loren, Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, forget it.
Two of the greatest. Two of
Hands
the
down.
greatest.
Hands down.
Honest to God.
Yeah. But a shout out specifically to Yanni and to Sicily's Pizza in Nazareth, because both of them did a delicious spread from my brother's post-funeral repast at my house. And so Yanni showed up. Man, did they show up. And even my family from Brooklyn was like, yo, they have good Italian food in Pennsylvania over here.
First time having it. It is
Yes.
delicious.
It's the real deal. So shout out to you. Thank you for coming through again.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into pizza of New York right now, because I'm a little disappointed in one that I went to go see this weekend. I'm not going to say.
Steve.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say which one it is.
Oh, no.
But a very, very high-ranked pizzeria.
Right.
Very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
Super.
I think the
disappointed.
Give me
rankings
the
need to be
borough.
redone.
Give me the borough.
Manhattan.
Wow.
You don't need the borough.
There's like
You
the
just
top
don't need
5
to ever go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, don't. I'll tell you off the air. What it is.
Yeah, don't go. It's a
it's
waste
the
of your time.
worst.
It's annoying. It's like a trend. It's a fad. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried it.
We ate it. The truth, we ate it at 1:30 in the afternoon. I was burping it till like 9:30 at night.
I tried it at
He spit it out.
7:30 at night, just cold, and pizza cold should be good.
I had to
I love
revive
pizza
him.
cold.
He
love it.
passed out.
I bit it and I spit it
He
out.
passed out. He's like, "You can't. This can't be it." I'm telling you, this is the box, and this is the pizza.
Yeah, it was the acidity in the sauce
Was
unreal.
unimaginable.
How long
Like,
is this
there's
pizzeria
no
been
way.
out?
Pardon?
How long is it?
It just opened.
Just opened. They got a great review.
You know, Rob. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, you spoke about it earlier,
Yeah.
but I haven't been. But
Don't go.
I have to say the person who is getting all these people to go there has been way off lately.
Yeah,
I have to say.
That's the other. I mean,
Yeah.
and Rob, let's get into you a little bit here.
Yeah.
It's influence. You can just tell what it has. And I've seen your phone. I saw your videos.
Looking to take your brand to the next level? The PizzaFellas Podcast rely on RyanStarkMedia, specializing in creating bold, impactful content that tells your story and captures your audience. From stunning visuals to cutting-edge strategies, Ryan Stark delivers results that stand out in today's competitive market. Let RyanStarkMedia bring your vision to life. Hungry for the best pizza in town? Stop by Franco's Pizza, 822 Main Street, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, right across the street from the federal courthouse, where every slice is loaded with fresh ingredients and unbeatable flavor. From classic pies to hearty Italian favorites, Franco has something for everybody. For pizza that hits the spot every time, it's got to be Franco's. Tell them that the PizzaFellas Podcast sent you. So tell us your story. How did this all start?
All right. Well, that's a bit of a loaded question, but we'll take our time, right, Lee? A year ago, I knew nothing about pizza and nothing about social media. I was never on social media. You could attest to that. I never had a profile at all. But June of 2023, I was perfectly healthy, and 2 months later, I was fighting for my life. I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had a softball-sized tumor in my stomach. Shit. And it came out of nowhere with 0 symptoms until, I could barely even stand. That September, I had life-saving surgery, tons of blood transfusions, long recovery. And then from there, I said to myself, I'm going to get back to work. I was a gym teacher for 20 years, high school gym teacher. So I decided I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get back. I had off from September to January was my leave. And I said, I'm going to get back early. So I went back before Thanksgiving. So I was entitled for another 2 months, but I said, I got to get back to my regular life. By the grace of God, I worked through to the Christmas holiday. I got through the holiday with my family. And then on January 4th, out of nowhere, extremely ill again. Went to the hospital right after the holiday. And I went from being considered cancer-free. I now had 5 tumors all over my body. Whew. From there, I started my first cancer treatment. And that helped for about 6 months. And that's when I started with pizza. And what I did was, I was now putting in my papers for retirement. I wasn't going to go back to work because it was serious.
How old are you, Ron?
42. From there, one day I decided to go into the grocery store, and I bought a bag of flour. I said, I'm just going to make pizza. And I went home and made pizza. I used the recipe on the back of a King Arthur bag.
Good flour.
Yeah.
Great flour.
So
Great American flour.
yeah, so it was the King Arthur 00 flour. They have a recipe that comes with it. I made my own dough. I made it on the pizza stone. And during my recovery, I realized making the dough, fermenting the dough, and then creating the pizza, my mind was occupied. I wasn't thinking about cancer anymore. So I did it, and I did it again. Then I did it again. Then I started doing the school of YouTube and TikTok. I started seeing people making videos. And I said, I could do this. So I started doing that. But before I started doing that, my first cancer treatment failed. And this was about a year ago. So that was like late August, September. And that's when I actually started my page called The Love of Pizza. But before I started that page, in order to get healthy enough to do it, I started my second cancer treatment, which is a clinical trial. The drug is not on the market yet. So it means a lot of doctor's appointments because essentially they're researching as I go along.
Almost like a guinea pig.
Correct. It's a lot of testing in the beginning, a lot of blood tests, but with the start of that treatment, I decided to start this page, and I've been going ever since. And good news for the room, September 23rd was my last doctor's visit, and the tumor shrunk 80%.
Amen.
Yeah. So, clinical trial is working. I don't know how long it's going to work, but I'm going to keep pushing. And while I was doing all this, every day I would just make pizza. I don't know why. I just did it, and I just documented my journey from beginning to end. And I just started making deals with myself. I was like, all right, if I keep going, if I hit 1,000 followers, people like do a recipe video, but I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, you know? They were asking me, so I said, all right, I hit 1,000 followers, then I did a recipe video. Video goes crazy. And then I did a couple of more videos. A couple of them went viral, like millions of views. You know, I get to 10,000. I said, if I get to 10,000, people were telling me to share my story. And I'm a very private person. Lisa knows that.
I do.
Yeah.
I reached out to him several times, and as a cousin who grew up very close to my cousin,
Yeah.
very difficult to get a response from him. But I can't imagine if I was in the same boat, I wouldn't have felt the same way.
Yeah. And I've learned with this is everybody will deal with it their own way. Right. You know, the way I deal with it might not be the way somebody else will deal with it. So I said to myself, I hit 10,000 followers, maybe I'll make a difference and I'll share my story. I shared my story. People, you know, gravitated towards it. And here I am today, and I have a pretty big platform. I got some small business deals through it. You know, selling home products, like for people who like to, you know, make pizza at home. I get a lot of free things sent to me, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
You know,
I was looking at your link tree. Those you were selling those metal pans. Or you have a
So
is that different than a stone?
Yeah, so that's actually a piece of steel.
Okay, it's steel, correct?
Yeah,
yes,
it's called a baking steel, and that really was able to.
I mean, that one pizza you took out and you hear the crunch. It was it looked fucking good.
Yeah,
for
you know,
homemade pizza.
Yeah. So what happened with that company was, before I started tagging companies, I just wanted to get a little better, and then finally I made a really, really good looking pie. And when it comes out, it's like, whoa, like that really came out of a home oven, you know?
Yeah.
And I tagged the company, and you know, he was like, and I said, you know, I would love to be an ambassador for you, and he was like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. And then from there, it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and a company sent me a free pizza oven.
Yeah, I said the one on your counter.
Yep.
What is that? What kind of oven? What oven was that?
So that's called a current pizza oven. It's actually, you guys heard of Charbroil?
Yeah.
At the barbecues?
Yeah.
So they're making an electric line. They have electric grills now, and now they have an electric pizza oven.
Electric grills?
Yeah, current grills.
Like barbecue grills?
Yeah, they're all electric now. Yeah.
I can see that.
No shit.
Yeah. And they sent me that, and, you know, I have a contract with them now.
Looks beautiful. I mean,
yeah, it works well. It works well.
Very sleek.
It's sleek.
Modern.
It's good looking. It's modern.
It's not like you.
It
like the
goes up to
uni
850.
Yeah.
It goes up to exactly. Like other companies, they don't have the aesthetic.
No, it's more like outside the other companies. Where this, you just put it on your island.
Yeah,
and
you
just
plug
make
it right in.
Make a pizza.
Yeah,
And it looks
Plug it
delicious
in and
coming
plug
out.
it.
I
mean,
3 minutes and it's done.
Yeah, the Neapolitan, 2 minutes is done.
And it comes out and you're like, what?
Yeah.
To this day, I haven't tasted any of his pizza.
You haven't?
No, and I even
You need
said
to
him,
come down.
No, I'm not coming to Sheepshead Bay. I just took you 3
You're
hours
coming.
to get here today.
It's all right.
No,
You come.
It's not. You're gonna come out here to your uncle and your aunt's house, and fatuna pizza, my
No
night.
problem.
Okay, I'm telling
Like, you
you,
put it in his trunk. It's small
Yeah,
enough.
that's it.
people attest to this pizza.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the people that have tasted it and are like, Rob, how long have you been making pizza? It's a unique art. You guys know.
No, yeah.
You know, the difference with it is that I'm retired and I put so much time into it. You know, I put a lot of time into learning the craft. I put a lot of time. I can't tell you the amount of time I spent editing videos. But when I first started this, I was literally on a recliner. I had to move back into my parents' house for a year, you know, during my treatment because I was, you know, I was going through it. You know how people say like everything you see on social media isn't real. You know, here I am. Nobody would think there's something wrong with me. You know, seeing me in my videos.
100%.
But like one video that sticks out to me was on the Super Bowl. I made 2 pizzas and I made the videos. And at the end of the videos, I watched this past February the Super Bowl with like 103 fever. And like nobody would know that. You know, I made like these 2 beautiful pizzas, and it's just been a wild 2 years. I mean, the first year, I probably knocked on heaven's door at least 3 times. Yeah, it was scary.
There's a crazy story too, and like I think he could tell it. He was getting a surgery and getting this mass removed, and I'll never forget. Like his brother was telling me that when they were removing this mass, after they removed the mass, all of his vitals became normal. Like it was literally killing him. Yeah. And when they removed it, it was like he came back to life.
Well, it's like kryptonite.
It just
all of his vitals.
The entire screen just changed.
Right. You know, right. And then he was doing this, and Michael and I were all following him, and Michael kept on saying to him, "You got to show your face, Rob," because he was just showing himself making a pizza from like here down, and Michael would be like, "Rob, you got to show your face. You got to show your face." But when you're going through it, man,
I didn't even recognize myself like looking in the mirror. You know, I'm like, you know, you guys see me now. I'm like over 200 pounds, but I was down to 168 was my lowest. 160. I didn't weigh 168 pounds in high school. You know, I weighed more, and
it was a scary time.
Like no appetite, no nothing.
No,
I couldn't even imagine seeing you at 168. Your bones were coming out.
It was scary. I didn't even. I thought about taking a picture. I couldn't even bring myself to taking a picture. It's like
Probably made Michael look like Hulk Hogan.
I didn't want to. Yeah, I did not want to remember it, but
that's something you don't want to remember.
Yeah, it's been.
Thank God.
It's been quite a ride.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of prayers. Huge Italian Papandrea family praying a lot for him.
Yep.
And I think you got this.
I have thousands of people praying for me.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I worked in a school. You know, I had a big community. We have a big family, but.
And they've been so good to him, from what I hear. You know.
Oh yeah, everybody's been so good to me. Even like people I've met, you know, out doing my thing with social media, like pizzeria owners. You know, they've been great. Companies I've been working with have been great, but
that's a great story.
Yeah.
For, you know, to bring around with other small businesses.
Yeah.
It's good to attach to something like that.
Yeah, it's actually my first million view video was going into the city to Limelight Pizza.
Remember Limelight, the club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Limelight.
And I just yeah.
Tara, I swear.
And
No, where was it?
You've never been to the Limelight? No, I had no idea. Jerry B would be very disappointed in you right now.
Limelight, where is it?
I, even my son knows where the Limelight is.
I really don't know.
You know where Sound Factory is?
It's for sale now.
Yeah, I know it's not.
It's for sale.
This is little Anthony. He's a promoter.
oh yeah.
I know exactly who he is. Yeah. Yeah, so he went into the Limelight. I'll never forget.
I wasn't even going to post it because I was like, I don't want to do reviews, and
I was like, are you
whatever,
kidding me?
I'll
You
do
went
it.
to the Limelight?
Yeah,
This
I
is
just
amazing.
went. And then after that, you know, a couple of my pizza videos got a couple of million views. Then I did my mother's recipe got 3 million views, and it's just
Your mother's recipe for
spread
pizza?
like wildfire. No, hers was actually for manicotti.
God.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
I saw that video you made.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you see the one he did today?
No.
This is classic. This is the most classic thing you ever hear. So, my uncle, my dad's brother,
yeah,
he's sitting in the backyard, Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, and he's freaking taking green olives, and he takes a brick and he's like, poof. So my cousin Rob goes live. I mean, you got to see this video, and he's like, Dad, what are you doing? He looks up at him, you know, he goes down, and he explains how he's cracking the olives. He has a brick that's covered with aluminum foil.
Right.
All right.
so so clean, right?
Clean,
so
right?
sterile.
That's sterile. That's sterile.
Breaks
What's the matter with you?
breaks the green olive, and my uncle and his beautiful broken Italian, Uncle Rock, Zio Rock, breaking. He tells the whole story in broken English. He does olives, mushrooms, wild mushrooms. My dad, what does he do? He comes to my house every other day because I live on 2 acres. He walks my land to find mushrooms so he can make wild mushrooms. You know how they make wild mushrooms? They look at it and they go, that looks good. And then when I look at it, and I look at it and I go, Dad, that's poisonous. No, it's okay. And then he makes it. Yeah. He marinates it. He puts what? Carrots, celery, olive oil, like a giardiniera, but with mushrooms. Exactly, giardiniera. Yeah. So, and Tara can attest to it because Tara's dad breaks it with the mallet. I said, a mallet's too current. I said, and I responded to my uncle, and I said, did he give me some? Did he send me some olives today?
Fortunately, not ready.
Where in Calabria are you guys from?
Giosa Ionica. This is Giosa Marina, which is down by the water, and we're Giosa
You're
Ionica.
provincially what?
Reggio.
Oh, Reggio.
Yeah.
And so, what's this little guy's name right here?
Ryan.
Ryan? What's up, Ryan?
Not much.
I
see that you're a Yankee fan over
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You and your Uncle Mike were close, huh?
Very.
Yeah,
Very.
what do you remember about your Uncle Mike? What were your best memories?
A lot. Go-karts.
Go-karts?
Yeah. Up
kids
by
love go-karts.
my grandmother's old house in Orange
Okay.
County. There was this place called the Castle. And he used to take us there, and they had this huge go-kart track. And we used to go on there all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds fun for that
But
age.
Michael, he used to go live. He used to drive, and he used to be like, and Ryan was like almost vomiting because he was like 4 years old, and Michael was like taking turns like he was on rails. And I'm like, Mike, like,
yeah.
And Ryan's having the best time of his life, but all of this is captured on video because that's what Michael did. He captured every single moment on video. Yeah.
That's a special moment.
Yeah.
What grade you in?
7th.
You're in 7th grade? Yeah. God, pretty soon you start driving.
Something my uncle couldn't do. Drive.
Oh, is that really?
He was a good driver.
Did he ever teach you to make mozzarella?
We were going to start a YouTube channel. I was never really big on eating it. I don't know. It was weird. But we wanted to start a YouTube channel, and it never happened. But
Wait, you didn't like eating mozzarella?
no. It's so weird.
You know what it is?
There's
Can I
nothing
say-
better than pure
can I say
honesty.
it's the Jew in you.
In the gym. I'm going to say, I don't know because my husband really loves
Yeah,
mozzarella,
well, he
but
loves it the most.
I
So
think it's...
When I married her, I was like 155 pounds, right?
No, I think Michael had a really good way of connecting with youngsters, and his 3 nephews, were his life. His godson, my nephew Christopher, and Nicholas, my brothers, his twin brothers' children. The 3 of them, I mean, they're countless pictures of them together. He captured every moment. There's too many for me to post, honestly. Look, we're a small fish in a big ocean here. We're sitting here talking about my brother. Did I ever think that I'd be sitting here speaking of my brother in the past tense? No.
Right.
But he left such a mark.
Sure.
And he left a huge mark on my son's life. You know what I mean? And the last 7 months have been very trivial. I mean, talk about his cats. We have his 2 cats. And
You still have them?
Yeah. We have his 2 cats living in our home. If anybody... I mean...
You're taking off tomorrow.
Yeah, you are. But Ryan and Michael had a very, very unique bond. I mean, Michael moving out here from New York in the last 3 years. They had a unique bond, and I think there was something special that Michael told Ryan, and Ryan thought it was really important to share.
What was that?
Oh, yeah. When he was on here last year, he had a quote. It was, if you believe in something and you think it's what you enjoy and it's what you want to do, don't stop until you succeed.
Amen.
And I think he said it in this chair.
That's correct.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah.
That's good that you remembered it.
Yeah, and it resonated with him, That it hasn't been easy. And I think very grateful that you gave me this platform, number one, to continue his legacy, but to keep the Papandrea name
Alive.
is very important. And he and Rob were talking to do a collab, leading up to before he passed away. And
When I first started, I literally started from 0. Like I said, I had no social media. So when I put up my first video, my numbers were all 0, And Mike, being who he is, with his platform, he just put me up in his story and said, follow my cousin Rob, just because, just follow my cousin Rob, and, he was probably one of my biggest supporters.
Yeah.
In that whole social media thing, and he just said keep posting every day and just do it every day and don't stop. And I wish he could see now. I think he'd be amazed how many the numbers. Because I'm still amazed. When I look at it, I don't. Like I said, I was just a gym teacher for 20 years. Nothing about food, nothing about social media.
Lisa, you know how to make mozzarella, right?
I mean, I've gotten my hands burnt in making mozzarella.
Well, you know how to make it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to, I had to do it. You know what I mean?
So why don't you do a collab with your cousin?
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
I'd like to give the opportunity maybe to my brother, his twin brother, to do that.
Yeah.
My brother John spent a lot of time in my dad's store, and really, I'm the girl of the family. Not to say that I'm any less or any more.
Maybe I bring your father out.
Yeah, my dad.
Your father and my father would be gold.
Oh my God, I can't even.
They would be
we
gold.
We need a translator for that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, we need subtitles.
I'll put subtitles.
Because between the both of them.
Well, you can do it now with AI.
Yeah,
you can.
Exactly.
They can translate it.
It's ridiculous, but it's just a testament to old school, man. It's a testament to old school. They're not left. Our dads are in their 70s now, and.
Well, every good podcast, every good conversation always comes full circle.
Yeah, it does.
And what I mean by that is, we started saying about values, all this stuff, your parents, etc. And now look at your son.
Yeah.
What he just said, understanding that your brother did a 90-minute podcast, and your son remembered that one phrase, shows the values that you guys as a family have installed into the youth, of your family.
It was difficult for him to go back to school the next day. Michael's last party was with a bunch of teachers from his school district the night before.
Like in my grade.
In his
like,
grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a
teachers
Saturday night.
were coming up to me saying hi, how are you doing? Like I heard, like I was there the night before.
Experience the vibrant flavors of Vietnam at Phenomenal, located at 319 South Cedar Crest Boulevard, Allentown, Pennsylvania. From rich, steaming bowls of pho to fresh, flavorful banh mi, every dish is crafted with authentic ingredients and passion. Whether you're dining in or taking out, Phenomenal promises a delicious and unforgettable experience. Stop by today and taste why it's more than just a name. It's truly phenomenal. Calling all foodies and chefs, the restaurant store at 3155 Shonersville Road, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is your one-stop shop for the top quality kitchen supplies and restaurant essentials. With Nick and Sean's expert guidance, you'll find everything you need to elevate your cooking game. From professional grade tools to everyday essentials. Whether you're running a restaurant or upgrading your home kitchen, the restaurant store has it all. Visit today and let Nick and Sean help you turn your culinary dreams into reality. And tell them that the PizzaFellas Podcast said so.
I have to interject this because we've done a lot of podcasts, and we've had a gentleman, Dr. Tim, and he broke down a lot of things about different people. And I got to tell you, Ryan, remember this, and you learned it here today on Podcast 90. You're an alpha male. You want to be an alpha. I can see that in you right now. You remind me a lot of myself. I'm an alpha male. You want to be alpha. Because you're not afraid to come up here, and you remind me of my grandson, Joey. He comes up, too. Hey, that's what you want to be in life, an alpha. You believe in the things you say and do, and just like you repeated for what your Uncle Michael said to you. That impressed me. It almost brought tears to my eyes. It really did. You're a wonderful young man.
Thank you.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
He's going to be what he's going to turn to.
Well, he's got something in his head. What is it?
It probably won't happen.
Well, no, don't say that.
Something to have to do with the Yankees. An announcer, clubhouse manager.
A GM, maybe?
Maybe.
You got it. You're gonna
Listen,
do it.
Nothing wrong with that.
His mother has all the connects that he needs to do that.
There you go.
But my son is a food connoisseur.
Is he?
He loves food.
What are you getting at?
He's very. I think. What am I getting at? This one, forget it. He's gonna have his own show. Listen, I think he's gonna do something with food. I don't know whether he's gonna continue with the Italian heritage, but he's gonna do something with food. But
Well,
he's
the
also
Jews don't offer a lot of shit,
No.
so.
You want matzah?
Yeah.
No. I think
Matzo
he
balls
has.
and crackers. That's what they got.
He's got the gift of gab like his uncle, and like his mom, and like his grandfather, and I think he's gonna do great things. And you know,
I just want everybody to know that Michael cared very deeply about everybody who loved and followed him. And he loved you guys tremendously.
We loved him too.
Yeah, tremendously.
We really did.
Yeah. And I can only think of one better way than to reel this in is, follow my cousin because he's the closest thing. Like the post that he made, Michael, when he went to parties, he did this whole thing with the theme song from Ghost, and he used to stand behind the women, and, the women used to love it, but little did they know, right? So they were like, they used to, and, every once in a while, he's made his presence very much known for all of us, a lot.
Often.
He's with us a lot. And we just want to keep him alive, And, it's only been almost 7 months, but my goal is to continue. I can't do his business because nobody could do what Michael did. And everybody says, Lisa, do something. Nobody could do what Michael did. Michael was his own artist.
I actually told your mother that when she came to my house.
Yeah?
Yeah. When they came to try my pizza, we would talk.
I remember.
Yeah. And I said, he has the personality to do that. This was before he passed, and I said only Michael could do what he did because I was like, you have to be able to command in a room and you have to be able to entertain.
Right.
Rather than just like, okay, you do it's boring. People aren't going to pay for that.
Right.
He brought an entertainment factor.
Oh, yeah.
He drew people in.
Listen, he pissed a lot of people off in the process, though.
I'm sure.
He did, because he was so steadfast in what he did, and he did piss a lot of people off. But listen, he had his way of doing things. If he wanted to set up a table and you were touching the food before he wanted you to touch the food, he'd be like, don't touch my food. Because there was a process. There was a method to his madness.
Sure.
And, it would take people off. But look, if you respect the art, then you understand. Some people animal, they just go right in. They don't even give a shit. They go right in. They don't care. He was never shy, and his thing was you either love me or you hate me. I think more people love my brother than they hated him. And it's a testament, man. I cannot tell you the amount of people that have reached out to me since he's passed on social media, even privately. I don't know how they got my number. Hey, I met your brother on a plane. I met your brother in an airport. I met your brother in Texas.
At the bar in
At
Florida.
a bar in Florida, like random. He made such a difference in my life. A girl who messaged me, this guy was hitting on me, and your brother almost got into a fist fight with him trying to protect me. I'll never forget that.
Wow.
He was that guy. He was that guy.
Yeah.
And
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
I feel that out of everyone not everyone, but in her family, he was different. I don't know. He was different.
I agree.
He didn't follow the rules, but it paid like not in a bad way.
My
like
God.
he did his own thing, and it worked
He
out.
just went off the path.
Who makes these rules, Lee? Remember I told you that the other day? Who makes all these rules?
You're gonna. Listen, this guy, my son, we're not raised with easy dads. Okay, there's rules.
Right.
All right, there's rules. There's certain things you gotta eat on certain days of the week. There's certain things you have to do.
Correct.
There's certain respects that you have to play the game with. My brother Mike, he did it. He respected, but sometimes he didn't play by the rules. And love him or hate him, he made his mark. And he made his mark on my son and my nephews and so many people. And I'm just very lucky to have called him my brother.
100%.
I'm very lucky to have called him my brother.
Well, salute. Cheers to you. Cheers to your family. Cheers to your brother.
Thank you.
Rob, cheers to you.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys
Love
for
of pizza, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me and listening to my story and letting me tell
appreciate
people my
it.
story.
We appreciate you coming on.
We appreciate
Thank
the
you.
conversation.
Thank you so much.
Honest to God.
But again, anytime we could get together, maybe if we're down that way, we'll come just stop by, try some pizza.
Yeah, why not?
Grab her back
You
up.
teach me a few things.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to come to the pizza shop whenever you'd like.
Awesome. Thank you so
Enjoy our
much.
food. But we appreciate you guys coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
And
We had a
salute.
great
Thank
time.
Thank you.
Ryan, you are some young man.
You are.
Thank you.
You've taught a lot of adults a lot of things
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I tip my hat
Teach
to
a
you.
lot of our fans a lot
I
of
do.
things.
I tip my
God
hat.
bless
I'm
you.
a lucky one.
You
Yes.
are. Very.
Yeah.
Well, guys, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 90. That's a wrap. Thank you so much. Always remember, go on Spotify, YouTube, subscribe, and follow. And again, guys, go out, follow their pages.
The Love
we'll
of
put that
Pizza.
up.
What's your love of pizza, right, Rob?
The love of pizza.
Pizza.
Yep.
Rob Papandrea, Lisa Papandrea.
Rob, do us one favor. Show us your hands.
My hands?
Well, that's what you always show, right?
Yes.
There they are.
No, he started showing his face recently.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just, we've done that before. No.
Yeah.
I want to do pay rock.
No, we'll do that
right.
once we get going next week. All right, guys, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 90. We'll have more things coming out next week with other sponsorships that we are now getting into and collabing with. Also, again, remember, go on Spotify, YouTube, subscribe. Thank you. Cheers. Salute. God rest his soul. We'll see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here. The hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here. The hottest in the world. I was fired.